Alright, yo, so check this out. I've been doing card magic for over 15 years now, and I feel like I've developed a good sense of reading people. And by that, I don't mean like at a James Bond level or anything, but just being able to know where they're directing their attention and what their focus is. And I'll give you that example with this card trick. So we have the deck shuffled up. Let's just say we give the deck a couple of cuts as well, just so the spectator's happy. And now I want the spectator to take this deck and start dealing off cards. It doesn't have to be one card at a time. They can reverse the order of a couple of cards. They can put cards in piles like this. Whatever they want to do, they can deal single cards, reverse order, whatever they want. They can deal off, let's say, no more than half the deck, right? They stop around here. We're going to get rid of all these cards, right? That was as fair as can possibly be. And now I'm going to have them, again, keep dealing off, except this time we'll deal off one card at a time. And the spectator can stop whenever they like. Again, no more than half the pile. Stop right here. We're going to get rid of all those cards as well. This is all that we're remaining with. Now we're going to take this next card, and this is going to be the spectator selected card. So we're going to take a look and memorize this card. Then we're going to take, let's say, 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We can get rid of the rest of the cards as well. So coming up to this point, everything was a completely free choice. The deck was shuffled up. The deck was cut several times. A lot of cards were gotten rid of completely randomly by the spectator. Then we ended up with these 5 cards. Now the spectator can take these 5 cards and shuffle them up as much as they'd like. Like I mentioned at the beginning, I've been doing this for over 15 years and I've developed a good sense of reading people. So if I take all these cards, let's turn them all face up like this. All right, all these cards are now face up and there's one card that you selected. I'm gonna take my finger and just really focus in on this finger and do nothing else as I move this finger over the cards, and just think of your card as I'm doing this. Okay, I'm getting a good sense that your card isn't over here, but probably somewhere in this area. Just keep focusing. Oh, I definitely got a stronger sense here while directly just looking at you. And now one time, I'm gonna ask you this. Is this your card? Okay, perfect. I'm gonna get rid of that card as well. I mean, it's the card you selected was the Queen of Clubs. What up, crew? It is Magic Monday, and this is your place to learn magic, master your performance, and captivate audiences. To give you some background on this effect, it's known as mix-up by Temple Patents. I'm curious to know how many of you figured it out during the performance, because I know if I watched it for the first time, it would take me a while before I came up with the solution. So it's a great card trick, and I guarantee you your audience won't be able to figure it out. Trust me. Now, before we dive right into the tutorial, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and get rid of all your friends. Now grab your favorite deck, and let's do it. Alright, yo, so welcome to the tutorial. For those of you who are curious, by the way, these are the Providence playing cards. I think I got them for like $7 or $8, which is a pretty good deal for this quality of playing cards. But anyway, some more additional background. I'd probably rank this high-level beginner to low-level intermediate type effect because there is a bit of a setup required. And because there's a setup required, I'd highly encourage you to know either a false shuffle or a false cut. And maybe I'll quickly cover that as we progress to the trick. So the setup is a full deck arrangement of the size Stebbins Stack. Try saying that 10 times fast. Size Stebbins Stacks, size Stebbins Stacks, size Stebbins Stacks, size Stebbins McLovin. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail explaining it. I actually made a full video on it. I'll put the link on the screen. Check it out when you got some time. But a quick overview, the size Stebbins Stack is a full deck pre-arrangement of playing cards, and it's a system that has been developed by a magical fraternity, and it's a cyclic type stack. Following the chased order. What that means is the deck cycles through the same pattern in the chased order. Chased is clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds. So the C, H, S, and D. And the cards are incrementing, or I guess decrementing, by 3. So we're going from 4 diamonds, 7 clubs, 10 hearts, king of spades, and then it loops back over. So after king would be 3, after queen would be 2, after jack would be ace, and after 10 would be king. So increasing by 3 every single time, and that's a size 7 stack. So you want to prearrange the deck in that order before the trick even gets started. I'm not going to go through every single card in this video, so maybe I'll put the whole thing in the description and you guys can just set up your deck from there. So when you're ready to perform, you take the cards out of the tuck case. They've already been pre-set up. And then you want to give the deck either a false shuffle or false cut, like I was mentioning. Now, a full deck false shuffle is kind of hard to do. I made actually a video tutorial on it. You can go ahead and check that out. I'll put it on the screen. That's a very advanced tutorial. So I'm going to show you a cut that I love to use all the time, complete full deck false cut. What's going to happen is you're going to hold the deck in your dominant hand in a middle grip like this, thumb on the bottom, ring finger and middle finger on top. Your index finger is going to break off about 1/3 of the deck, swing cut it over like this into your non-dominant, or in my case, left hand. You're going to grab this pile here. Then you're going to swing cut half the remaining deck, which is another 1/3 of the original deck. Pass that over, but put your pinky here as you're passing it over. This way, this packet stays on the pinky. Take the remaining cards in your hand and put them down, down, down. And up to speed, it looks like this. Very believable. It's never been caught except for people like you online who are too smart for me. But as soon as that's done, to make things seem even more fair, have the deck on the table and ask the spectator to give the deck a cut. And like I said, since the size Stebbins stack is a cyclic stack, it doesn't matter how many times the deck has been given a single cut because it still continues the cycle. Right, so as soon as they're done with that, the original card trick, the deck was cut somewhere and it was proceeded from there. But what I like to do is I like to provide the backstory of I've been doing card magic for quite some time. Or if you just started doing card magic, you can say I've been learning from this super old strange mentor guy for a long time. And he taught me this effect and he showed me where people's attention is when you're showing them playing cards. Right? Or you make up some kind of story like that to make it more fun and engaging. So you tell them that story and say that you're going to demonstrate. Have them take the deck and have them start dealing off cards. Now, you can tell them that you don't want them to deal off more than half the deck, but they can deal off cards in piles like this if they want. They can reverse the order and deal if they want, and we're just gonna really mix everything up. In reality, like you saw in my performance, we're just gonna get rid of all these cards. And like I mentioned, say deal no more than half, right? So they stop here, we get rid of all these cards. That honestly does nothing. That does absolutely nothing, but it gives them a false sense of control in their mind, which is always great when you're doing card tricks for spectators. Have them stop whenever they like, and then you tell them to start dealing off cards one at a time and stop whenever they'd like, right? And they stop here. Now, one thing that I want to say, if you want to stop where we did the first time, that's completely fine as well. This is really all in your control. You could do it however you'd like, right? So have them keep dealing off cards and they stop whenever they want. Again, this is all done in their hands. Now you can either take the card on top of this pile or you can take the card on this pile, whatever you want to do. Let's just say we got rid of this pile and we took this card and say that's the card they have to memorize. In this case, we know it's the 8 of spades, but let me show you why the size Stebbins stack is so magical. All right, that's been done. Now you have them deal the next 4 cards and show them this is how you're going to demonstrate how it all works. Then you deal they deal those 4 cards, you get rid of the rest of the packet. And then without anything, you can turn your back, close your eyes, whatever you want to do, have them shuffle up these cards in their hands so no one knows what the order of these cards are, especially not you. You have no idea where their card is. Then you have them take the cards, flip everything face up. What's amazing here is that you'll see because it's a cyclic stack and it's following the chase order, there's going to be 1 of every suit, except there's going to be 2 of a single suit. So you see 1 diamond, you see 1 heart, you see 1 club, but you see 2 spades. You're automatically going to know that it's neither of the other suits. It's going to be 2 of the spades. So we're using whatever kind of process of elimination you want. You saw how I did in my performance where I had them follow a finger while thinking of their card and see how their direction was, or how their attention was directed. Get rid of these cards, again, process of elimination. And with the 2 remaining cards, it's always going to be the higher card. So in this case, we see the higher card is the 8 of spades. Get rid of that card, and the card they selected is the 8 of hearts. Pure magic. You're the new James Bond 007. For more stuff on stacks, you can check out this video right over here. It will open up your eyes to a whole new world. A whole new world. As always, a huge shout out to all my Patreon producers, and thank you, love you, see you soon.